Welcome to the first Monday Night Football Fan Forum live pregame show thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. We're working on a name, guys. We were
our
talking about
first,
this before we hit the button.
our first, Monday night football game at 25, first prime time game at 25. So
It's big.
it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Big name. We're heading down to Baltimore. We're taking on arguably the best team in the AFC. Not
Yeah,
named
I'd say
Buffalo.
so.
And
Well,
you know,
yeah.
yeah, well, but not to take anything away from Lamar, of course, but yeah, it's going to be a hell of a challenge. Going to be two elite offenses matching up together. We got we got some inactives on both sides, but we got some actives. We got some exciting things. It's going to be DeAndre Hopkins, Zay Flowers. It's going to be King Henry, Derrick Henry against our guys, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Jameson Williams, two elite quarterbacks, two elite offenses. We'll see how this goes. I got a good feeling, but I don't know. I've had good feelings before and been disappointed, but let's keep the energy up, people. Let's save the doubt for later.
Yeah, why are we getting sad Hermdo already? Why aren't we getting excited Hermdo?
I've just been dealing with the flu the last couple days, so you'll have
No
to
worries,
forgive me
man.
if I'm not super excited. I've been coughing and hacking, so
You're not the only one, dude. I've been hopped up on Benadryl. I got a doctor's appointment, allergist appointment.
yeah.
This lack of rain we've had here in Michigan is killing all of us, I
It
think.
sucks. It sucks. My allergies have been going crazy.
Yep.
There's something going around at work. Some girl got really sick like a week ago. I think I caught whatever she had, and then I was on my ass for like 2 or 3 days. I'm feeling better now, but I'm still a little touchy. I got a couple days off. I got today and tomorrow off.
Nice.
So, yeah, I usually have Mondays and Tuesdays off, so I'm pretty glad about that. But we have some time, and everything lines up. Normally, I don't have time to watch football on Sundays, but everything lines up this week perfectly. We can do a pre-show. We can do a post-show. We can sit back, slam some beer, and watch the Lions take it to Baltimore, baby. On
That's
this
what I'm saying.
Special Monday. Yes, sir.
It is a special Monday. I found myself in an odd position yesterday with it being week 3, Sunday already being in the mix. And
Yeah.
normally with my son, we have lots of his sports on Sunday. And I've always had, the last couple of years, I fought his travel soccer schedule. And this year he's out of travel soccer. So we're sitting there and I'm going, what the hell do you do when your team doesn't play on Monday and you're not all over the place? That was my first night. It was nice. I got to cook, actually, make some food and watch the games. And kind of take a backseat approach. I went online and created a little post-game chaos by doing a week 3 Sunday night reaction. And I started out by chewing out the Dallas Cowboys fans. And I took to TikTok and YouTube and made some shorts where basically I just said your team's trash. Jerry Jones has ruined you guys.
Yep.
Anything that he's accomplished while he's there, or actually anything that the Dallas Cowboys have ever accomplished, that is going to go right into Jerry Jones' grave. Once he's dead, all that's over. Right?
Yeah.
He owns you guys. So I went hard on the Cowboys fans for good reason. They're terrible fans and their team's awful. So
Yeah, getting for all the shit we talked about the Bears, Caleb Williams blowing you out 31-14 was pretty. Was pretty pathetic.
it
I don't
was.
expect much from the Cowboys anymore. I think Dak is totally lost out there. Every time I see him play, I'm just like, how the hell does this guy get this much money? Why do they sign him for that much money? But he just looks totally lost out there. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They just go through head coaches like a shark goes through teeth. Jerry Jones, whatever magic he had in the 90s, that was 30 years ago, man.
It was dark,
Yeah,
evil magic.
yeah.
And it was, you're right. It was almost over 30 years ago.
Your Troy Aikmans. You had your, what was the name of that wide receiver? I keep forgetting all the names and shit, but
Michael Irvin.
Michael Irvin, you had Deion Sanders. You had all that magic back then.
Yep.
And now it's just dissipated. And I think this whole thing, like with America's team and stuff like that, Detroit Red Wings are closer to being hockey town than you are to being America's team. Give me a break. So
Well said, dude. Well said.
know,
And
it's
you know
just-
what? We've won more well, I don't want to say that. Listen, we're more relevant as a hockey town than they are as a football town because
Yeah.
they're going on here and talking all this shit saying, "Oh, what if the Lions won? What if the Lions won?" Listen, dude, when you as the Cowboys and you've been propped up by the national media for the last 30, 40 years and you
Yeah.
haven't done shit since like 1994, it's stop talking. You
Yeah.
make me want to buy an Eagles jersey when you talk like that. All you
I know.
Cowboys
Well,
fans.
just think of how other teams in their division have gone on to great things, like the Eagles,
Yep.
the New York Giants. Some of the Giants have been stinking up for a little over a decade, but
They got two
you know,
Super
with,
Bowls.
they got 2 Super Bowls over Tom Brady.
Yes.
You know, every team in
And
their
it-
division is like has moved past them in terms of relevance. And the Philadelphia Eagles were like a laughing stock for a long time until, I mean, with Donovan McNabb and T.O. and stuff, they were still, Super Bowl contenders. They're the early one of Andy Reid's early stops. But yeah, I mean, besides that, I mean, yeah, they were kind of laughed at for a while, and now they're one of the best teams in the league. They're the defending Super Bowl champions.
Yeah. They
won
look
a Super
good this
Bowl.
year, dude. They don't look
Yeah,
like
they're really
slowing
good
down.
this year. They're good every year.
I know, but I can't believe I'm saying this, Tom, that the Eagles, like, I don't anticipate them to slow down. Like, I'm actually kind of settling in with them being a team and me not hating them as much. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Yeah, yeah. It's just kind of one of those things. You know, we joke around a lot, but it's. Hold on, I gotta look something up real quick. But you know what? Jalen Hurts keeps getting left out of like these, top 10, top 5 quarterback conversations. I think that's kind of ridiculous. I know he doesn't always bring his A game. I mean, he's had some mental mistakes out there, obviously, but I mean,
maybe
the guy
that's
is just
what-
so good, But
Maybe that's what you want. Why do you need your quarterback to have to be validated when you're winning Super Bowls, right?
That's
when you're
true.
winning Super Bowls, who cares what they write about you?
I mean, they won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles, for God's sake, but,
exactly. Well,
maybe
the
that's
doc's
just the
out
thing.
here, and I just wanted to say he said what's up, so I just wanted to say what's up
What's
before
up,
I
Doc?
forget.
What's up, Doc? But yeah, I just think he's one of those things. I think people need to. I think you got to put some respect on the Eagles, and there's no love lost between me and Philadelphia fans. There are a lot of scumbags in that fan base.
Total
obviously.
scumbags. I
Phillies
don't
and
like their
Flyers,
fan
too.
base.
Yeah,
Ugh.
the whole fan base just is animals. But
They will even tell you that their fan base is awful.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Which I'll give them credit for that. But I like your football team now. I still hate your fan base. And the
Yeah.
Cowboys, your fan base is just you're annoying. You're weak. You're cucks.
yeah, it's just like all this unearned superiority. I mean, it's just you can't talk shit anymore. It's just pathetic. Look, you can laugh. I mean, you can laugh at the Giants now. You can laugh at old Russell Wilson just fucking it up out there and just making
Dude.
the Giants look bad. But
Oh
the
my
Commanders,
God! He's not making them look bad. He's making them look like ass clowns, dude.
yeah,
like
yeah.
he played on a
level beyond
football
bad.
team. What did Russell? Okay, so the Giants, right? They went from Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley
Yeah.
to Russell Wilson. What's Daniel Jones doing right now?
Oh, he's in Indiana tearing it up.
Tearing it up. What's
Tearing it up.
Saquon Barkley doing?
Oh, he's tearing it up in Philadelphia.
Cover of Madden.
Yeah.
Wins a Super Bowl, and then you've got the G-men, and they've got cornbag Russell Wilson out there.
Yeah.
Dude,
They got Malik Neighbors. Didn't
Oh,
he just get a
cool.
concussion?
yeah, exactly. I mean, they're just going to be a team that's going to constantly put up 9 points.
Yeah.
So all I'm looking for is, I don't know, I kind of fell on the idea of Kayvon Thibodeau, or can't even say
Kayvon
his name.
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau coming over to the Lions.
Yeah, that'd be
because, dude,
interesting.
we have to talk about this. So I don't want to say this. It might be an overreaction, but what's his name? Fuck Brad Holmes for bringing in Marcus Davenport again. Seriously, dude.
Jesus
What are you
Christ.
doing?
Jesus Christ. Now we got to rely on Al-Qadim Muhammad, who...
Which I'm okay with, but
Yeah,
not
he looks-
not in that role. I want
looks
him to
solid
be
in camp,
behind somebody.
Yeah,
and I want
yeah,
him
he-
to be the guy who flourishes because Hutchinson and whoever Smith, whoever
Yeah.
was supposed to be, they're tearing it up, and Mohammed is just doing something you saw James Houston do. I'm
Yeah.
sorry I got emotional, but
No, I understand.
dude, come
Yeah,
on.
this is a mess. This is a mess, though. It looks really bad for Brad Holmes, not putting up. I wasn't expecting him to go get like Trey Hendrickson or something, but I mean, at least like I know we've had to overpay Zadarius Smith. It's just like who freaking who? I mean,
At this point, who cares?
at this point, who the fuck cares? I mean, you want to win or do you want to just? It's just like it's one of these moments like Brad Holmes' ego is getting a little out of control. I think sometimes, and it's kind of clouding his vision. It's like, dude, you have an immediate need at edge rusher. Hutch keeps getting double teamed, and yeah, Hutch is one of those guys. He could be, really, really special, but he cannot do it all by himself. He's not one of these guys. I mean,
and that's not a secret either, right?
No, it's
for
not
all
a
the
secret.
stuff that Brad Holmes does, all the magic he makes, he takes the one simple concept that the average Joe Blow football fan can tell you that
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson needs a partner, needs a Robin,
Yes.
right? And it's ignored. What the fuck?
I know, it's like, what the hell are we doing? And we've talked about this before. We've talked about this to death, but the situation now, it's a mess. And, some people with Davenport coming out, and he was just saying, like, I've heard the haters, man. That makes me feel more confident. And then he goes out and gets a chest injury week 1 or week 2, and now he's out
Again.
for like 4 more games.
Yeah.
Again, he's always hurt.
4 more
He's
games, my
always
ass.
hurt.
Let's say he comes back for a game, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna get hurt again.
He's
know
gonna get hurt again.
Durability
The guy-
is not his thing.
He's made out of glass. He's made
Yes.
out of glass.
Yes.
And you let Zadarius walk away with your stupid drama. We good. Give me a break, man. I know the Lions are taking so many strides, but they're still doing this shit. It drives me up the goddamn wall. It's just like Holmes is smart enough. He should have known he would have need to fill that spot with a warm body, somebody who could actually start all the games this year, if nothing else.
That is correct.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, I hate to break it up, but dude, you're right. If there's
Yeah.
one thing that pisses me off, and I am determined to get it, because this isn't Brad Holmes. That's not how he is. It is a
No.
GM. What was personal with him and Zadarius Smith? Did Brad Holmes seriously secretly like Cash Towel and wanted to date her, and now that Zadarius is dating her, that he's out of the picture? Like, it sounds like, I mean, from a guy who finds Amon-Ra St. Brown, Isaac Tesla, right? From a guy who constantly finds let's just say some pretty elite draft picks.
Yeah.
He's built an excellent culture. He doesn't have too many speed bumps, right, in his
No.
history. What's up with this edge rush situation? Is it
I don't
because you
understand.
fell into Aiden Hutchinson right when you came here that this will
Yeah.
always be your kryptonite? You'll never find your another pass rusher? Like,
Yeah,
what is it?
I just don't get it. I honestly don't understand. I don't want to be being like firing up the rumor mill, but it's just like there has to be something else going on behind the scenes. There has to be something else happening with the Brad Holmes psyche where he's scared of getting an actual a number 2 or an equivalent to Aiden Hutchinson. And I know those guys don't grow off trees, but you got to give up some draft picks or something. And there's
Or
things
is he
Max
just
Crosby
afraid of
last
doing
year,
the
too.
status quo? Is he afraid of making the obvious move, right? Some of these moves were obvious moves, and he
Yeah.
just, maybe, I don't know. I really don't. Maybe we need to drop it and not be petty, but at this point, it's just such a glaring need that, again, Marcus Davenport, I'm not shocked. Who's shocked? Brad, are you shocked? Jesus. But then you look
Yeah.
at it, and I'm not really sure if I saw Clowney, if he signed with the Cowboys, but there's a couple veteran pass rushers out there that would you take a swing on?
Absolutely.
And why haven't we? Right?
Yeah.
Are you waiting for Davenport to come back?
I don't know. Just the moves with this defense, I don't understand it. All of his offensive moves seem to have panned out, but just there's some key pieces on this defense. I mean, especially edge rusher. It's just I don't get what the logic is, and I'm a pretty casual football fan compared to some people, but it's just even I don't get it. Even that's a mystery to me, and I'm trying to see is there some 4D chess move he's making? Because right now, if you can't, if your whole pass rush rests on Aiden Hutchinson, then you're not going to go very far at all.
Well, speaking of pass rush, and I just saw this news for the first time. Did you know that Nick Bosa tore his ACL.
I heard about that. He's on 49ers, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
man.
sucks, man. And that team's already kind of on its way out.
Yeah.
We don't need to get into the details. I like the Bosa brothers, but dude, that sucks. You mean he's holy shit, he tore his ACL in 2020 too.
Yeah. Ugh.
Sorry, Nicholas. That sucks, brother.
That sucks, man. I remember him at Ohio State. It was just like next
Nasty.
level, but
Next level.
goddamn.
I know.
Fucking A, man.
That's a bummer, dude.
It really sucks. It really sucks. But fortunately, we're not the 49ers, but
No, they lost their quarterback. They lost their pass rush. They lost, I guess, I don't want to say their will to play because for some reason that team, when you're down and out, still continues to be credit their leadership, right? Maybe
Yeah,
that's just
absolutely.
how they work. So,
yeah.
yeah, I'm not. That sucks, man.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, rest in peace, 49ers 2025. But
Yeah, season's kind of over there, big.
yeah,
fella.
God almighty. That's always a kick in the balls. I know something about, as a Lions fan, I know what it's like to have your season over before week 3. So shout out to 49ers fans. You might get your first Super Bowl sometime soon. Probably not this year, though. So
No,
we'll see.
I don't think so. It gets me thinking, right? Okay, we're talking about it. There's some teams right now that should be mailing it in, and
Yeah.
are we ready? Right? Because we just made a call out to Brad Holmes, go out there and be aggressive, right?
Yeah.
The Bengals defense looks like absolute trash, so
Yes.
they could have just parted ways and given us Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah.
The Giants' season looks to be down the tank. They have a plethora of pass rushers on a team that can't score points.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Maybe this is the year that he makes a move on something. But
Yeah, there's got to
What
be
do you
some kind
think?
of. I really hope so too. I mean, I'm in the mood. I'm of the mind that if you can part with some draft picks, I don't know who on the roster I'd be willing to part with. Honestly, I heard Brian Branch's name floated around there. Jameson
never.
Williams comes up a couple times, but it's just like I'm of the mind that this is the year to go for it, man. You don't know the window's open now, but you don't know how much time you got. I say, send some draft picks, send some draft capital, get somebody in here alongside Hutch. Go for it, man. Just go for it, because I mean, yeah, there's a ton of homegrown talent here, but I got to see. I want to see Holmes swing for the fences with a nice free agent deal, man. I want to see him get somebody get some talent in here, man. This is just, I see this team hampered because there's a couple pieces here and there, maybe a piece on the offense, piece on the defense, and it's just not quite all gelling together. But I mean, it works for the most part. I mean, they won 15 games last year, but you could tell there was definitely problems on the team, and it's just like, Brad Holmes, you got to just go out there and fix these issues. I mean, do you want to win? I mean, yeah, winning the division is nice. Getting to the NFC championship game is nice, but don't you want to go for the whole thing? Don't you want the whole enchilada? You got to start making moves like this. You got to be really aggressive. And Brad Holmes is a brilliant GM in a lot of ways, but it's just like we got to start getting some help in here for this roster.
Hermdo says, "Go for the enchilada."
Go for it all. That's my move. I mean, we could talk about if the Lions end up stinking again in 2 or 3 years. I mean, that'll suck, but I mean, we'll at least have a ring. We'll have a ring, even like all the other teams that fell off after they won.
Well, that's what
they
this
still
is
got
all
rings.
about, man.
That's what it's all about. Being a Lions fan and having a ring to show other people, hey, at least one season we were fucking awesome. At least you could talk some shit. Lions fans, I mean, we could talk a little bit of shit now, but just imagine how much better it would be. Imagine like how much more legitimate our fan base's our fan base existence would be with the fucking Super
Good
Bowl
call
ring.
out. Good call
Yeah.
out, because I had a really hard time arguing. You kind of lose the momentum on the argument when these from other teams bring up the ring count, and I'm like, ugh, you got me there. Now, when you are the Cowboys and you haven't won in 20 some years, throw that away. But you're right, dude. We've got some trashy ass fans here in Detroit where there's a lot of bandwagon fans. And I'd like to kind of shake those bandwagon fans off and really test their fortitude this season, because this is the season you just go all in for the ring, right? Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm done. That's where this is at. And not even in this game, right? Are you nervous about this game? Like, if this was a year ago, so much more for me was on the line emotionally, with the team being respected,
Yeah.
having the big record, starting out hot. I cared what everybody thought. I don't know. Maybe it's the brick in the background, or the cool shirt, or your beard, whatever.
Yeah.
This is all just making me feel so comfortable. But right now, I'm walking into this game knowing that we're the underdog, knowing that we're not the favorite, going, okay, if we win, then this is going to probably be a really good game. I don't know. Am I wrong?
I think it would be a statement, and I think like a lot of people. I know beating up on the Bears, like, don't get me wrong, it's always satisfying to put a hurting on the Bears.
Big time.
But the Bears, I mean, maybe they're not too shitty. I know they did put a hurting on the Cowboys. Not that might probably saying much. But still, I still think there's a lot of, I mean, people said the bloom was off the rose with the Lions this year, and they probably weren't going to repeat their success. A lot of people were saying the Super Bowl window was closed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of haters. You and I talked about it a lot, but
Yep.
a win against the Ravens in Baltimore brings legitimacy. If you can hand Lamar
That's big.
Jackson his second loss in the first 3 weeks, that's legitimacy. If you can go into Baltimore and get a win,
Are you going to put your beard and your hair on the line?
I don't have any hair, but my beard is too precious to me. Sorry.
The doc has one of his buddies that he's with says, so obviously the doc's a Buccaneers fan, and he said, I'm
Yeah.
rooting for the Ravens tonight because he wants to see his friend shave his hair and his
Yeah,
beard. Now,
that'd be
I
funny.
actually think, Doc, if that happens, you got to clip that for me and let me know. I want to see it. But you're right,
Absolutely.
dude. This would be monumental, a monumental
Yes.
start, in my opinion, right, to the season, because what's up, big dog?
Game day, motherfucker!
See?
Oh, nice.
Game day, motherfucker.
All right.
Someone's pumped.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously
Lord.
you can see we do it big here in
Yeah,
my
definitely.
house.
Wowzers.
Yeah, so again, what would that do to the season? There you go right there.
Yeah.
You'd have every teenage kid out here screaming, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But Tom, I just went and picked him up from basketball practice. Everybody was outside with their Lions stuff on. Everyone had
Yeah.
Lions flags. You would have thought we were playing in a playoff game. Nope, just a good old-fashioned football game on tonight.
Yeah.
Right? And it didn't look fake. It looked genuine, right? And I got excited about it. So
Yeah, it's just that's the way the culture has been, because of, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. It's okay to like the Lions now. People have permission to like the Lions now, and it's actually something worth watching. I know, like, diehard dumbasses like you and me watch this team for 30 years with, nothing to show for it. But, I mean, now more people, and it's like, look, I'm willing to, accept more people into the fold. If you guys actually want to be all these Lions-free people.
yeah.
But, it's just, it's good now. This is the culture we have, because this is something other teams like Green Bay, like
Yes.
Pittsburgh, like
Yes.
New England. And I know we haven't gotten the ring yet. All those other teams have gotten rings in recent history. So,
I respect the Packers fans. I'm glad
Yeah.
you brought them up. I think they're like they're not obnoxious in like I want you to go away. Like when their team's down and out, they know, hey, okay, this isn't our time. Good luck next year, right? They're just a
Yeah.
good, solid, well-built fan base. You named a bunch of fan bases that I think, yeah, this is kind of where we're at. Like this is now starting to be. I don't know if I want to trigger this memory for you, but in the 90s growing up, anytime there was a Red Wings game on, you knew it. When you were a kid outside on your bike, it was like, holy shit, what's going on? Every car had a
yeah.
Red Wings flag. Everybody was hitting the horns. Everybody was just, it was crazy, right? So, that's why we got Cliff Lavati out here saying game day, motherfucker.
Cliff Lavati, love you, babe.
He says loose Lavati's lettuce, too. So,
All right. I don't know what that
saying
means,
what's
but
up to
okay.
Cliff Lavati. Oh, you'll know what that means at some
Oh,
point.
baby.
Don't worry.
Can't wait.
But this game, I'm telling you, Tom, maybe this will set the tone for the next, I don't know, 20 years if this game just goes the way it needs to, right? So we have to start fast. There is no doubt about this.
This can be, if they, look, if they get blown out, okay, then I'm back to worrying. But even if they lose close, I'm not going to be in panic mode.
Exactly.
I don't think that's really a sign that the Lions are bad. But if they squeak out a victory here, I think it'll be like, remember, I'm not putting it quite on the same level as that Chiefs game we opened the season with a couple years ago. But it's close.
You're right.
It's close going into hostile territory. You're going into Baltimore. Lamar Jackson's waiting for you, man.
Yes,
and,
he is.
One of the most explosive offenses, ever. But
hostile territory with a fan base that travels well. A former classmate of ours hit me up and said, "Hey, I'm going with my whole family and I'm taking my boys to the Baltimore game." And I'm like, "Holy crap, send me pictures, right? I want to see," because we're a fan base that travels loud, right?
Yeah.
We're starting to be now. We used to not be a fan base, right? Now you'll see the Lions I think Delta's offering tickets on all the Lions flights, if they're offering specific flights to get you to and from the game back, and they're just making it real easy for these fans to travel. So I want to encourage anybody, if you want to, first of all, she'll let her crazy sports obsessed fans boys come on the podcast, Tom. So I'm waiting for more of these game day motherfucker kids, these high energy sports fans to come on. But I welcome that. We want to hear about your experience at the game, because we're starting to be a fan base that is, I think, going to show up. Right?
Yeah.
You're going to watch and you're going to go, okay, we're sitting here in, I don't know what they call Ravens Nation, but their flock, right? But it's going to be intense, the purple and the black, but I think this blue is going to stand out. I really do.
I think so too. But just imagine, like we were talking about, how the culture has shifted. I mean, we bring that topic up a lot, but I mean, imagine doing this 10, 15 years ago. I mean, with the amount of people
the internet would be so slow.
Yeah. I mean, remember?
I know what you mean.
I mean, but just imagine Lions fans traveling like this back when the team was scraping bottom, back during the Millen days, back during maybe you could see the Calvin Stafford days. There was exciting back then, but still that team wasn't going anywhere.
It was exciting, but it was a roller coaster. There was no validity to it. And I think once you traveled outside of here, everybody reminded you that, hey, it's Calvin, it's Stafford and Sue, and you're the Lions. Check yourself. And we're like, yeah, you're right. Right.
Yeah.
And it depresses me so much listening.
Yeah.
I just watched and listened to Ndamukong Suh talk about his free agency experience and how he basically said, listen, I wanted to be here. They did not want me. And they made it clear that they wanted me to leave. I'm like, Jesus, man. Fuck. Right? It just validates everything. And we're way past that now. So whatever the organization is, a different organization. They've got the premier Sheila Hamp Ford at the helm, Martha Quinn, who I'll tell you what, there's times where I can't tell. If you put a beard on Martha Quinn, she'd look just like Hitch. It's polar, right? But
funny.
I really credit a lot of that to her, though. Right?
Yeah.
She's been around for 100 years. She's seen the team since conception till now. And if there's anybody who knows what the meaning of why her dad bought that team or her husband bought that team, it's cool. It's really getting to a point where I didn't think we'd ever see it. And now that we're up to that premier level, this primetime game, guys, as long as we start fast, right? That's the key. Start fast. We did not start fast in Green Bay. We started fast with Chicago. So the last time we were in Baltimore, October of 23, they started their first 3 offensive drives with a 3-and-out. We know as soon as we see that with this team, it's over. It it doesn't work, man. And you're not going to come back on a team like this.
It's like if they don't have the ability for this game to be a shootout, because you know what Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry are going to do. If you
100%.
can't match those guys' energy, it's going to be over before the half.
Yep.
Maybe even over before the second quarter. Like it was that one game. But Yeah, we got work to do. I know we got some winnable games coming up, but I mean, unless how winnable you think the Browns game is, I don't know. You saw what they did to Green Bay, but
Well, that's what the Browns defense has always been about,
Yeah.
and they spent a lot of money. Don't forget, in that defense, in that defensive line, in that pass rush, and it's
Myles
paid
Garrett,
off.
yeah.
Now, the only thing the Browns haven't been able to do is find a quarterback. Really, that's been the knock on them, and they
what do you
don't
mean?
have
They've
an
got
offense.
5 of them. What are you talking about?
That's true. They can't settle on one they like, and they're going to
Oh,
do a
Lord.
really nice story with Joe Flacco, just like the Vikings will do a really nice resurgence story with Carson Wentz. But at the end
Yeah.
of the day, they're always going to be a real nitty gritty defensive led team, and I think they just need to change their offensive structure because they're
Yeah.
not going to be a team with a quarterback like who's going to light it up with Jared Goff numbers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Oh, the Browns. What are you
Yeah,
gonna do with
but
the
hey,
Browns?
they're still paying Deshaun Watson while they have Shadur Sanders, who
Oy.
only went to the Browns because it was the only team that basically told them you'll have a chance to start, and all the other
Yeah.
teams were very honest with him and said you're not going to start, and you can be in a successful franchise and sit behind a successful quarterback, and he said, "I'll go with the Browns."
Yeah.
So
well.
look what that does, right?
Oh well.
So let's look at Jared Goff, right? He completed 23 of 28 passes last game,
Yep.
334 yards, tied a career high with 5 touchdown passes. His 156.0 passer rating, put up 52 points last week. Now, obviously, we know we're not going to put up 52, but we know we're capable of putting up these big numbers.
Yeah,
So if Cliff
absolutely.
Lombardi thinks we can do this, I think we can do this. And then I think really it's going to come down to special teams, man. I don't think we've really seen a game where we've had to flex our special teams, but good teams, when they play each other, that's what it comes down to. It's going to come down to that X factor, and it's going to be the kick return. It's going to be those nice, nasty punch outs that our
Yeah.
special teams runners likes to do. That's the stuff I'm looking for, man. I can just see if this game looks like that and meets the eye test, we're gonna have a really nice time.
I think so too. Yeah, we'll see what the Lions can bring to the table. I think that we can just keep pace with them. I think we'll be all right. I don't know. I don't know what really. I think you did a very nice job summing it up, but yeah, I'll take a look at what we'll take a look at the Ravens. Just get a look at what they did. Last week. They beat the Cleveland Browns 17-41. Lamar Jackson had 4 touchdowns, 0 INTs. Derrick Henry was not very effective. Lamar, yeah, he had 11 carries for 23 yards. But yeah, that's a Cleveland Browns defense. I mean, can the Lions offer look at the Lions defense? What are they really gonna be capable of doing?
Well, I think that's where you're going to see the Talik Williams come through, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he has to show us we brought you in here for those big pass blocks and those big plug in the gaps, plug in the holes, right? So we can't just dive right through. He can't slip right through.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point, dude. He's a bruiser back. He's got speed. He's probably one of the toughest backs that I've ever seen run.
Oh yeah,
really.
absolutely. But you got Zay Flowers, 7 receptions, 75 yards. DeAndre Hopkins, 64 yards, 1 touchdown. His average was 32 yards, so he was catching some long ones. And he's kind of acting like, what can the Lions do to kind of neutralize that deep threat? Can Terrion Arnold and Kirby Joseph, can our secondary, compete with those guys? I feel pretty good. I know maybe the jury's still out on Terrion Arnold, but I think he's poised to have a good game. I think Dan Campbell's faith in him will be rewarded.
I think this is what it comes down to for Mr. Arnold. And he has all the skill set, all the physical skill sets, right? He has all the instincts. It's the communication. And
Yes.
the communication is the part that you see with these corners that they say it's such a hard position for them to naturally adapt to in the NFL level because you have to be able to communicate. In
Yeah.
college, it was just you lock your dude down and you have your little square zone. But in the pros, you have to be out there speaking. So
Absolutely.
carry on when you're literally shifting coverages and you're not watching and you're making these small little. I don't have to get into the intricacies, but when you're not talking to your help out there and your team, that's the shit you're talking about. The blown coverages. It's not because he's not fast enough. It's because he didn't make the right call, the right adjustment, and blown coverage, right? So that's what we saw in the Green Bay Packers game. Very uncharacteristic of a Campbell coach team, right? Because that's what Dan Campbell is all about. Is he over communicates?
Well, they're going to be in man coverage tonight, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge. But talking about like some of the injuries and stuff like that for the Ravens, it's defensive tackle Nnamdi Madubuike is ruled out with a neck injury. Kyle Van Noy, linebacker, is also out, along with some other support players. As far as the Lions,
Kyle Van Noy,
I know.
We drafted him.
I know, son of a bitch. But defensive end, Marcus Davenport is out. Taylor Decker left tackle Taylor Decker. He's questionable. Jack Campbell.
Yeah, he's questionable. He'll play.
Safety. What about Kirby Joseph? Have you heard anything about him?
He's playing.
Then we got DJ Reed
playing
as well. Okay. And they just activated Mekhi Wingo from the physically unable to perform list. So he'll be helping that interior, which I like to see. So
we're gonna see Vikai for the first time tonight too. It's his first.
Oh, really?
He's gonna saddle up and be all healthied up. So look for. Man, I really want to see what Shep's answer is going to be to contain Lamar Jackson, right?
Yeah.
I really want to see what this answer is, dude. I'm telling you, if the first two plays are RPOs and Lamar burns it off for 25 yards, I'm taking my TV and I'm throwing it out my front fucking window.
You might hear some loud yelling coming from the direction of Ferndale if that happens. So
you should burn the entire city of Ferndale down if that happens.
I got my matches ready. I got my gasoline ready. I'm going to be driving around lighting some shit on fire, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I'll do the same thing. We'll just start torching stuff on fire because
that sounds
over
good
here
to
in
me,
America, when you don't like the way things are going, you just burn it down.
Burn it down,
baby. Speaking of that, I've been watching your videos on your Hermdo page.
Oh,
and, if there's screw that, OGs. If there's anybody that's watching right now, go to Tom's page and hit subscribe. It's awesome. I love your videos. Now. I know, but it's fun, dude. That's the whole point of this is it's fun, and I enjoy.
People are downvoting me, Mark. They're mad at me.
Good.
Oh,
you know how many Cowboys fans I've made upset? It's okay.
Quite a few, I'd imagine.
Oh, plenty, dude. Vikings, Cowboys. I have a sweet spot for some of these teams.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Oh, baby.
Well, we got to be nearing kickoff pretty much.
Yeah, it's about 8:03 right now. I figure we better watch the damn game.
All right. Well, we didn't really do a scoring bet. We didn't really do a. Have you look at the betting line? Do you see what the over under is?
Lions are plus 4.5 as a live underdog. Might be valuable.
Moved.
Under on total points, maybe a value if the defenses hold up. They're saying. I don't know if this is Vegas saying it, but it's Ravens 30, Lions 27. The over-under is, for most sports books, is around 53.5 to 54.5.
Oh.
Many betting previews lean toward Detroit covering the spread in a tight game. Some predict Ravens edging, 27-26, or it might be people are saying it's going to be a tight Ravens win, but
okay,
probably,
we kind of talked about that too. So
yeah,
are you taking the over in this? I keep saying take the over.
I don't know.
That's like right there where it makes me almost want to say, don't.
Yeah, but these are both such high-scoring teams. It's almost like I probably wouldn't in this instance just because.
Take my money.
Take my money. I don't know. I'm not a betting man. Don't listen to me. So
neither am I. But I'll tell you what. This is something I told myself this year I'm going to do because I'm not a betting man. I'm going to encourage more people to bet, and I'm going to really, really encourage them to bet a lot of their money on my advice. And if they're wrong, that's their fault.
Yep.
So I think you and I should try to bankrupt as many people with our shitty gambling advice because people love gambling advice. I'm like, hey, I'm not the guy you want to get it from. They're like, no, but people will still listen. And I'm like, you're right, they will. So here's my gambling advice. Take all the money out of your bank account and bet the over.
Yeah, if I had to give you any advice, I'd just take the Lions and the points. That's what I always say every week. But
Hey, good for
whatever.
you, man. Well,
Whatever.
Cliff Levati has one more comment he'd like to say. Nude Vikings and nude Cowboys kick you off. All right, that's Cliff
Thanks,
Levati.
Cliff.
Sayonara, Cliff. All right,
Alrighty.
I'm going to go upstairs and turn this lovely game on.
Me
and then
too.
after, I'm committed to coming on here for at least 20 minutes for a recap.
Sure.
But through our mobile telecommunication devices in between the games, I think we can come up with something.
Yeah, we'll be texting. We'll be texting.
All right.
Definitely.
Nice. All right. Well, one pride. Good luck. I seriously, fuck it. Lions, I hope you win. But if not, I won't cry. Peace.
No, me neither.
That was fun.